All right. Test outline. I don't think timing will be a problem, but the test is not long. That's good and bad, right? Good, so timing shouldn't be a problem. Dicey because if it's not long, there's not a lot of problems, so they're each worth a lot. So just be careful. You get partial credit, and so a lot of these had lots of places for partial credit. So, splitting it up, setting things up, like I'll divide up all the points. Test outline. Where'd it go? There it is. Absolute value equations. 2 of those. Oh, put that where you can see it. Absolute value equations, 2 of those. Absolute value inequalities. Quite a few of those, 5 of those.
You should increase it.
But increase it? You like those? There's a lot of those because there's 2 basic types, right? There's the and the or. So that leads to different kinds of solutions. You can also get the crazy solutions in there, meaning the nothing or everything. So that's why there's 5 of those, is to cover kind of all the different things that can happen. What also could happen, didn't happen in the warm-ups, but does happen with inequalities. That basic rule that we talked about long ago with inequalities, what's that extra rule you got to be careful about?
When you divide by negative, you have to switch the sign as well.
Correct. When you multiply or divide by negative, you got to flip the inequality. So there's a lot of things that can happen within those 5. There's one. We've seen a few of these, but we'll do a few more today because this is the tricky one. Write an absolute value inequality from a graph. This is probably more of a hint than I should be giving, but challenge worksheet number 7 and 15. So we'll look at those in a minute. It's where we give you it's a Jeopardy question, right? Like, here's the answer, what was the question? And most of the time, if you know things well enough, it's not too bad to go backwards. But these are kind of tricky to go backwards. So we'll do one of those in a minute. There's some throwback/review questions. We've only had 1 unit so far, so throwing back to, is it a function? What's f of 3? What's f of x plus 2? What happens when I plug in 1/2 and 2/3? Can I handle all the fractions? That sort of stuff for throwback questions. All of that is in the free response section, basically just meaning not multiple choice, like just a regular problem. Don't think free response like essay. And then 4 multiple choice questions. Some of which are review, some of which are this unit, but we'll just leave it at those because multiple choice means they're a little bit easier, right? Worst comes to worst, you just pick one and hope for the best. And then there is a bonus as well.
Is the bonus hard?
We've done ones like it before. I'll say that. So it's not new. I didn't really answer your question. It's a challenge, yeah, but it's not a challenge because it's new or you've never seen it before. So it's a challenge, but it's gettable.
It's like something that you reference one time in the classroom and you
I'm not going to say anymore. I'll just say that I think it's gettable, and I think a bunch of people will get it. A bunch of people will make an algebra mistake and not get it, but it's not new, crazy. I have to be a genius to figure this out. Like, I'm hoping a bunch of people get it.
Should make it extra bonus.
Make it extra bonus? Does that mean make it harder so that fewer people get it? Is that what you want?
No, the bonus on top of the bonus.
Oh, but make that one easy so everyone can get it?
No.
These more bonuses. All right, let's grab the packet and let's look at ones we mentioned. Number 7. I think I did one of these in one class because somebody asked about it. Wisely so. So, number 7, which of the following absolute value inequalities best represents the graph shown on the number line below? So, again, it's like, here's the answer. What was the question? Okay. Thinking about transformations helps on these. X minus 2 would mean right 2. X minus 3 would be right 3. Another right 2 and a right 3. So let's find the middle of this thing. So what's in the middle of -1 and 5? 2. So there's our middle. So this thing used to be centered at 0, but now it's gone right 2. The middle has gone right 2. So right 2 would be A or B. So I can throw out C or D. Now the distance to the edge, absolute value is about how far we are, what the distance is. How far is it to the edge? 3. Okay, well that didn't really help narrow things down. Then we're still looking at A or B. What's the difference between A and B? Yeah, are we less than or greater than? I almost did my hand motions with it, but that would have given away the answer. So, using what you know about what less than usually ends up looking like and greater than usually ends up looking like, do you think it's A or B? A. Because the less than is the and, you end up with an overlap. And versus or. Or usually leads to a greater number of answers, and leads to something that's in the middle. So yes, all of that to say, it's answer A. I suppose on a multiple choice question you could work them all out, but that'd be kind of a pain, because any one of those is kind of a pain to do. You really don't want to do 4 of them. But the ones on the test are open-ended, not multiple choice. So you have to come up with that on your own. Yeah. And that's I guess a downfall of the challenge worksheet is they're all multiple choice. Why don't you try 15? I'm going to pause the video and let you take a step. So which one is it?
C.
C. It's got to be C, because that's the only one that's gone right 4. I suppose we could check the other stuff. The distance to the edge is 3. So that matches. Greater leads to a greater number of solutions. That's an or problem. It's the ends, so that matches up as well. It's open circles, so that would have thrown that one out. You know what though? Let's do yes.
If the number line, if the middle was -4, then you would say that it was left 4, so you'd be looking at +4.
Correct. Correct. In fact, let's do one that doesn't have multiple choice on it, because you guys are all pretty smart. You can, with given choices, most of you can piece it together and figure it out. I mean, that's good. That's not a knock on you. That's a good thing. But if there's not a multiple choice situation, let's see here. See if I can make one of these up on the fly. I think that would lead to a reasonable answer. Guess we'll find out.
Fill it in.
What's that?
Did you stuff it in? Filled it in.
What do you mean, what did I?
Like you filled it in.
I did.
Yeah.
I filled in the circle. Is that what you're talking about?
No, not that.
You're talking about the shading.
The shading? Oh, I mean, I guess you don't have to fill it in. Like the line alone would have been enough. That's a fair observation. Zoom. So, what's the middle? Where's the middle of this graph?
6. Negative.
Negative 6. So already I know that this has been moved to the left 6. So x plus 6. It's definitely an absolute value, so got that part down. The hand motions are so ingrained in my head, I almost say, give it away if I ask, is it a greater than or a less than problem? I kind of gave away the answer, but yes, it points to a greater number of solutions. So greater than, there's minus 2 about to happen.
The distance is 2, so it's
Greater than or equal to. And then what about that distance?
2.
2. So, most of you had it completely right. A few of you had little minor things here and there.
Okay, so you start at the middle of that, and then you just whatever direction it's going, and or how many it take, like,
How many you need to go to the sides? Right? I mean, and those two should be the same if you correctly pick the middle. Right? If you pick the middle wrong, well, then that's going to...
what if it's like, it's not like say it's like -9, and then how do you determine
Oh, that would be tricky. We'll go one more on this.
One more.
Let's go this. At Ava's request. We'll try that one. Per Ava. If it doesn't work out even, I mean, it still works. There's still a middle there at 7.5. This time it's gone right 7.5, so x minus 7.5. I know it's a less than problem because it's an innard, it's an overlap, it's an and. Not equal to because the open circles. And then what is this distance? 3.5. And you could count either one, and it'd probably be wise to count both, right? Because if they're both 3.5, that means you also got the middle correctly. So from 4, 1, 2, 3.5. And then from 11, 1, 2, 3.5. So yes, 3.5. I don't know if they're going to get that hard. They're not going to get any harder than that. Just a quick glance at the test. I'm not going to put negative 7/3 and, I don't know, 12/5 on there and have you figure out the middle of that and the distance of that. I mean, you still could. You'd have to add fractions and it won't be that bad. Okay, that's the stuff I wanted to look at. So a warm-up with some basic stuff. We looked at both ends, right? The warm-up was the kind of the easiest stuff we do. And then this, in my mind, is the hardest stuff we do, like going backwards. Here's the answer. What was the question? So in my mind, that's the hardest stuff. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's kind of how I think of it.